moving on to the best result of the season. Now, I'll hand over to you, Alex, because I think there's only one winner for this, but feel free to go ahead and explain why you think this is the best goal of the year. I'm not the best result of the season, because I'll just leave this one to you.
Well, how do I put it? Bayern Munich can beat Barcelona 8-2, but we can beat Southampton 9-0. So that's the game I'm going with. So easily the best. I don't think I sat down the entire game. And
what was your memories of the game? What was your abiding memories of that? Because I remember Perez getting a hat trick, Vardy got a hat trick towards the end. Is there any moment that you thought, this is getting stupid now, especially with the amount of goals we scored in the first half?
I think Perez getting the hat trick, I thought, okay, just stop. You've killed them already. Kind of like that meme that comes up. But then I had this, I was thinking, I'm like, man, this team can actually go further than we expected them to go. So now that I think about it, it's really nice to actually think about when I had hope, when, you thought that they were actually going to do something really incredible, because I thought, I think we could challenge for top 3 at this point, like hands down, no questions asked. Like, this team is incredible. So it was nice to see while it lasted. It was really nice, and now that I think about the game, it brings back great memories. And me screaming at the top of my lungs and not sitting down on the couch or anything. I was wired.
That sounds really good. James, have you got any other abiding memories of that match, or any other results that you'd like to include in that?
Probably Ant joined our podcast using video, because that's our best result this season. It took us weeks and weeks to get that. Southampton game easily. After lockdown, I think everyone was hoping to see something like that, the kind of game that we played that game, but never materialised. But that game, yeah, for me, I think as soon as the sending off happened, they just tore them to pieces. And I think that's the killer instinct that wins you titles. You don't just go there and win and say that's enough. Man City go to teams all the time and tear them to pieces, and that demoralises players. So well done, lads.
Yeah, brilliant thing. Over to you, Ant. Any other thoughts?
I think it's got to be the 9-0 because of how big it was. But a game I thought it was really, really good, and it sort of epitomised how good we were at the start of the season, was Everton at home, where we kept going to the 90th minute, and that's where Iheanacho scored. I thought that sort of just epitomised us for the start of the season. But we played well that game, and we just couldn't break through, but we just kept going, and the scenes at the end of the King Power were just incredible.
Hold that thought, because we've got that coming up in the moment of the season as one of ours, just to look ahead a little bit. But so obviously, as you can imagine, the Leicester 9-0 was a massive one. We put it on Twitter. 91% of people agreed that this was the result of the season, which makes sense. But I think a couple of others to mention as well was Leicester 4, Aston Villa 0. After they knocked us out of the EFL Cup, they came to our ground. Pepe Reina had absolute awful game, and we managed to put 4 past them, which was the right mentality. I think that was just before we broke up for Corona as well. And the other one would be, for me, the Leicester 5, Newcastle 0, where they played at home. We lost James Maddison, and we weren't sure if the team's going to turn up. And Newcastle, I think, went down to 10 men as well, and they had an awful tackle on Dennis Pratt, which left them down to 10 men, and we just decided to wipe the floor with them and get 5 goals. But again, there's no competition, in my opinion, and with our opinion, I think we'd agree the best result of the season would be Leicester 9, Southampton 0.